Hi, so Lisa asked me, I was talking, somebody bought one of our toboggans and she was asking me if I had any old toboggan stories. And I was telling her, well, I don't remember ever having a toboggan when we were kids. That would have been a step up from what we had. This would have been about that period, I'm thinking 40s, something like that. I was born 48, but this might be 40s, 50s, something like that. It's had some wear, but fun looking. It's got a good old look to it. But we didn't have a toboggan. We had sleds, but I don't remember any toboggans. Our neighbors had a really nice Travis, which will, take about 8 people to get onto that. We had a hill coming up out of Waits River, Watson Hill. Watson Hill? Anyway, we had a hill coming up out of Waits River. It was steep. Oh God, it was steep. And Bill Gendron would haul us up there with his old Dodge or Plymouth pickup and turn us loose, and we'd come down out of there doing about 100. And always wrecked because you couldn't stop. It was just awful. I remember once my great uncle Martin Tillotson, he was an ornery old World War vet that got gassed and all that stuff. But anyway, he knew we were up there and he knew we were coming, so he sat with his old Falcon right in the middle of the bridge. So there's no way we could get around him. So we come tearing down off of that hill, and the only thing we do is just cut right off out through into the alders just going for it. It was, nobody got hurt, but it could have. He just putted it off. I think he snickered. But anyway, we didn't have toboggans. We had the Travises, we had sleds. But we had something a little unique at the time. Back then you could get old car parts and stuff. Everybody had them. And we had an old hood probably off from a late 30s car, maybe an old Buick or something. But they weren't flat like they are today. They were kind of, pointy. So we'd get 3 or 4 of us in one of those hoods, put a rope on it, and we'd go up in front of the store in Waits River and come down off of that hill, lickety-split. Well, one time we came down off there, and David Partington was sitting with us in there. There was 3 or 4 of us. He was in there, and we went out over this stone wall. Launched right out over it. And I looked, and he was way up here, floating. I held on, but he didn't. And when we came down, he landed in a heap, and he was bawling and carrying on. Great fun. That's the story anyway. Thanks.